Second thing I wanted to touch on was Ozzy Osbourne has dropped a brand new music video for his recent song that he dropped at the end of November, Straight to Hell. This video is no holds barred. It gets straight to the point. This was actually also my first time hearing the song Straight to Hell. So I gave it a couple of listens and I really, poured over it to see what I thought. The music video is set in a sort of dystopian riot scene where it's like SWAT team versus rioters. It sort of looks like a Skid Row type area of Los Angeles. And Ozzy arrives to the scene in the back of like a Rolls Royce. He's like being chauffeured in a badass vehicle, and he's wearing a black cloak, and he's got his eyeliner on. And immediately I liked how he opened up. He says, "All right now," sort of in the vein of Sweet Leaf off Master of Reality. And it kind of sounded like old Ozzy, but when he went into those vocals, I was super impressed because this is the second single where Ozzy's gone back to his sort of higher range singing in a higher register. I thought it's really nice and refreshing to hear him do that. When you listen to a song like Straight to Hell or even Under the Graveyard, the last single from his upcoming project dropping in February, and you compare it to a song from, say, 13 from the Black Sabbath project that dropped in 2013, it's a major difference in Ozzy's vocal style. And frankly, I thought that they were tuning down, because on that tour in 2013, last all the way to 2016, they were tuning down all the old Sabbath songs so we could sing them lower. They tuned way, way, way low on that album, and he was singing in a lower register than he had and probably for most of his career. I personally thought, and this isn't an insult or a jab, I thought it was because Ozzy had a harder time singing the higher register, and it was easier for him to sing with the lower register, especially live on stage. But evidently I was wrong. Apparently that was just the style that he wanted to go with and chose at the time, because he can damn well sing in a high register, and he sounds really, really good right now. The video I thought was okay. It's nothing. I like to see the fact that Ozzy is doing something new. This is unlike any Ozzy music video I've ever seen. So the fact that he's still being creative and he's still inspired to try new things, I think is really cool. And I sort of like the car scene. But by the time he gets out, he sort of just sits in front of the dystopian riot scene, and the extras aren't really interacting with him at all. They're having this crazy fight, and he has nothing to do with it. And it looks a little weird to me. I wasn't too crazy about the video. But again, it's something different. There's no band in the video. It's just Ozzy. But I love Ozzy's facial expressions throughout the video. He really nails that, and it's great vocals, and it's a good song. My only criticism about the song is that I'm not crazy about the guitar. To me, it feels like it lacks that passion that I often hear on an Ozzy record. When Tony Iommi's playing behind Ozzy or Zakk Wylde's playing behind Ozzy, it has that passion, and it goes together like bread and butter. This guitar playing, to me, it sounds like a session guitar player who was hired. And I believe it probably was, because this record was recorded unexpectedly. Ozzy got inspired, and he said, "I want to record an album now." And Zakk Wylde was on tour during that recording. So who is he going to bring in? A session guitar player. A guitar player who is not in the band and someone who's hired to do the project in the session. So you don't get the sound of a cohesive band that's well-oiled and plays together as much as you would. So for me, the band sort of felt different from the amazing Ozzy vocals that I was hearing, especially the guitar, because it just didn't have the passion that I think it should have on an Ozzy record. That being said, Ozzy's about to drop this record and then go on tour with Zakk Wylde. So hearing these songs live, because they are very good songs, they're good songs, it's going to be kick-ass with Zakk Wylde, because then it's going to have the actual passion that I think that it deserves and needs. So very excited for this tour, and of course the addition of Marilyn Manson. I could not be more excited for that. Happy birthday to Marilyn Manson, by the way. Turned 51 years old yesterday.